Go, go, go.
Okay, when you look at the future of publishing, you probably should look at ebooks as well. And quite often when you talk about ebooks, for some reason or another, people tend to react quite strongly. They love paper books, and they state the real book will not disappear, and obviously ebooks are not real books. And sometimes it feels like you're actually supposed to be either for or against ebooks. And you can choose one, but you can't be in favor of the other at the same time, can you? I don't think it's that simple. People who love books, they love books, and usually they love stories too. And both are not going to disappear in the future. I'm quite sure of that. Well, not anytime soon anyway. Looking at the numbers presented at Central Book House yesterday, only 2.5% of the titles in the Netherlands is ebooks. The rest, still printed books. And even 1.5% of the total sales volume is ebooks. So we've got quite a long way to go before ebooks are taking over. I guess real books will be around much, much longer. But I do think the nature of real books will change. Kind of like how candles change. Yeah, candles, think of that. Travel through time in your mind. You're going to travel forward, but now travel back. And go back to before electricity was commonly available. What did people use to light up the room? Exactly, candles. So when you wanted to read a book in a dark room, you needed a candle. It was one of the few means of illumination, except for daylight, basically. Nowadays things have changed. We've got electricity. We don't need candles, do we? Not for lighting, anyway. But have they gone extinct? No. We still use candles for different purposes, though. To create a nice atmosphere, to mark a certain season, as a gift, for celebrations, to send a message. Candles are still around, and I think we spend more money on them than we did when we needed them, just for the light that they provided. We like to buy special candles for special occasions. I think the book will go the same way. They will not disappear, but the reasons we buy printed books, those might change. Because what have we mainly used books for up until now? A book is for entertainment and learning, for information. We use books to transfer information. And that core business, as you will, of the book, that will change. The books we read just for the information, to learn something, to keep up the speed, to basically get the information from. Educational textbooks, travel guides, even the Steve Jobs biography. I think those will go digital. Those are the first things you see transforming to digital, even into apps. And publishers will have to look at the information they're selling. They're not bookmakers anymore, they're information brokers. They have to see that separate from the book and look at the content. And once you've finished using the information, you usually don't go back to it. Some of your study books you might actually sell. So why print them on paper anyway? You might want them digital. It would be easier to carry around, to update, get a new travel guide every month, every year, as new restaurants appear. They're easier to search within. So reading to get to information, I think that will go digital. But reading for entertainment, fiction, reading for fun, I think that will also change. I think the stories we read for fun, they will detach themselves from the printed book as well. Think of the books we read for a quick fix. The new Dan Brown, the latest Sophie Kinsella. You know, the books you bring along on a holiday. You never go back to them afterwards. Just read them for the pleasure of the moment. I think those books, they're going digital as well. It will be easier. They don't take up so much space. You can carry loads of them around in your e-reader or your tablet. And no one will actually know you're reading about vampire hunting with Bella. That's a good thing, I guess. You might not like it that you're not being able to spot me reading about vampires on the bus, but I'm quite comfortable with that. And Does this mean the paper book will disappear if reading a quick fix will go digital and reading for information will go digital? I don't think so. I think people still love beautiful paper, printed books, real books, because of the smell, because of the looks, the feeling. And actually, I think once information and our quick fixes have gone digital, publishers will start to make nicer books, more beautiful books. Might sound strange, but think of the candles. Now we don't longer need them to light up the room. We buy them as a luxury product, have special colors, might even have to smell nice, have a special shape, be shaped like a Christmas ornament. Different things. You don't need them for their basic purpose. You want them to be different, and you want them to be a gift for yourself or for somebody else. And I think if you look at books that way, that makes sense. We will be able to focus at the product again, at the print. Appreciate the choice of paper, appreciate the binding, maybe the beautiful illustrations, the artwork. Might be a bit more expensive, but then again, the people who buy printed edition, well, think of Dan Brown. You could just read the story for a couple of hours and enjoy yourself with that. But if you want more, you could actually buy a beautiful printed edition, full color, with all the paintings and all the artwork that's in the story. It might be a bit more expensive than the ebook, but I think you would enjoy that if you're into that kind of stuff, and you would actually treasure that book. Maybe even more than your cheap paperback pocket you. Well, you put it up in your bookcase, but as soon as there's something else, you'll make room and ditch it. We do need some things to change though before the ebook can take over for information and quick fixes. And before the printed book will turn into a more appreciated product. We need to, before we can have a show like that, we need some things to change. I think the first thing that needs to change is the file format of ebooks. You want to be able to take your ebook from one device to the other and not have to stick to the Kindle, have to stick to your iPad. Second thing that has to change is the pricing. People expect ebooks to be cheaper. There's actually been research by Kobo, an e-reader manufacturer, saying the switching point is around $10. If it's more expensive than that, people won't buy the ebook. But the percentage of making the book, the production cost, it's only 20%, so it's still quite expensive to produce a book. How would you make up for that if the price you can ask for it would be lower? You have to think about that. And what would help with the pricing issues, especially in the Netherlands, is the regulations. There's still big differences in VAT, in taxes. Why is it that a printed book goes into the low tariff of 6% because it's a cultural product, and an ebook, same story, is not a cultural product, goes up to 19%. The printed book is still protected by fixed price, ebook is not. Those things will have to change. And once those have changed, publishers can rethink their role. I think they shouldn't think of themselves as producers of printed book, of paper. They're more distributors of stories, story sellers, if you wish. And they will be the ones helping the authors, the storytellers, to get the message to the audience, to the reader, on whatever medium is needed. Could be a digital product, could be a beautifully scented, colored, old-shaped candle the other time. I think the book will be more and more like a candle, but I would advise you not to burn it, please.